Deep within the hidden layers of the dark web, where anonymity is the only currency, one man built a digital empire that changed the face of international crime forever. This is the story of the Silk Road, the first truly global illicit marketplace, and the man who thought he was untouchable behind a screen. In 2011, a mysterious figure known only as the Dread Pirate Roberts launched a website that would become the Amazon of illegal goods. Imagine a platform as user-friendly as any modern shopping site, but instead of books or electronics, the inventory consisted of high-grade narcotics, stolen data, and forged documents. Everything was paid for using Bitcoin, a technology that was then in its infancy, providing the perfect veil of financial secrecy. The man behind the curtain was Ross Ulbricht, a 26-year-old with a degree in physics and a passion for libertarian economics. He didn't see himself as a drug lord. He saw himself as a revolutionary, creating a free market beyond the reach of government control. But as the site's popularity exploded, so did the stakes. At its peak, the Silk Road had nearly 1 million users and facilitated over $1 billion in transactions. Law enforcement agencies around the world were left scrambling. How do you stop a criminal enterprise that has no physical location, no paper trail, and uses layers of encryption to bounce its signal across the globe? The hunt for the Dread Pirate Roberts became one of the most complex investigations in history, involving the FBI, the DEA, the IRS, and Homeland Security. But the digital world is a double-edged sword. While it offers anonymity, it also records every move. The breakthrough didn't come from a genius hack or a high-tech exploit. It came from relentless, old-school digital forensics. An IRS investigator named Gary Alford began digging into the very first mentions of the Silk Road on the internet. He found a post on a forum from a user named Altoid, who was looking for a lead developer for a Bitcoin-related project. In a moment of human error, that user posted his personal Gmail address, rosulbrichtdegmail.com. This was the thread that would unravel the entire web. As agents closed in, they discovered a darker side to the operation. The investigation itself was plagued by corruption. Two federal agents, Carl Mark Force and Sean Bridges, were later caught stealing hundreds of thousands of dollars in Bitcoin from the site during the probe. But the focus remained on Ross. The FBI knew they only had one shot. They needed his laptop while it was open and the files were decrypted. On October 1st, 2013, they tracked him to the Glen Park Library in San Francisco. As Ross sat at a table in the science fiction section, two undercover agents staged a loud, distracting argument right behind him. When Ross turned around to see the commotion, a third agent snatched his open laptop. It was the smoking gun. The device contained a daily journal, a detailed log of his activities as the site administrator, and millions of dollars in Bitcoin. The trial was a media sensation, raising questions about digital privacy, the ethics of the dark web, and the future of the Internet. Ross Ulbricht was ultimately convicted on multiple counts, including money laundering and conspiracy to traffic narcotics, and was sentenced to double life in prison plus 40 years without the possibility of parole. It was a sentence meant to send a message. Today, the Silk Road is a ghost, but its legacy lives on. It proved that the dark web could facilitate massive criminal enterprises, but it also proved that even the most sophisticated digital kingpin leaves a trail. The cat-and-mouse game between cyber criminals and investigators has only intensified since then. What do you think about the case? Was the sentence a fair warning or far too extreme for a non-violent first-time offender? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this deep dive into the digital underworld fascinating, make sure to hit that like button and follow for more true crime stories that you won't find on the surface web.